This is our dev club just popping off. That is me crying that I broke my adapter. Maybe I scope creeped myself a little, hashtag a lot of bits. Because we are running out of time. It has been a freaking minute since I've seen y'all. For those of you who have joined the Discord community, I appreciate the living heck out of you. There is already lots of awesome people in there hanging out, doing good for the world. If you missed it, top link in the description down below. In this video, we're gonna work through finishing out the project builds because we are running out of time. That's the reality. We have an MVP launch at the end of the month, trying to strictly hold myself to it, and we're freaking running out of time. But first, we need a haircut. It is one, ungodly hot here in central Pennsylvania, and this mop needs a cut. So let's get this little drive montage, go get a haircut, head back in, because I want to show you kind of the progress I've made over the last couple of weeks. Oh, and if you have never had these, the Nerds gummy ball things, the gummy clusters, holy shit, I am absolutely freaking addicted to these. Go check them out. Best road snack, best, honestly, dev snack. Just pop one of these. I know a lot of people are using these for running right now, and that seems super cool idea for a little bit of a quick sugar hit. But yeah, Nerds gummy clusters, go get them, try them out. I'm addicted. Thank you. All right, coffee acquired, haircut acquired. Man, feeling fresh. I've said this on vlogs before, but if you are feeling down, go get a haircut and you're gonna feel so much better. Which is great because I'm golfing tomorrow and it is hot as a mofo out here in central Pennsylvania, and the haircut's hopefully gonna help my golf game because I need all the help I can get. All right, so I just got home, not even set up to freaking shoot the next scene of this video, and a disaster occurred. So if you don't know, I use my iPhone a lot of the time for recording videos just because it's kind of smaller than my camera. It's a run and gun, and yeah, absolute freaking disaster. I don't even know if you can see this. It's so small. The adapter, let's see if I can get it to focus here. Yeah, you can't even see it. It's so small. The adapter for the iPhone, you know, this is the piece that I would normally plug into my phone, and then this like horseshoes to the receiver of my DJI microphone. I dropped it and it completely snapped in half. And of course, they are out of stock. It's only a $20 part. Like, happy to buy a new one. Sucks, but it is what it is. And yeah, of course they're out of stock. So we'll be using the camera for quite some time. Maybe there's another aftermarket product on Amazon I can purchase and as a replacement for this. But yeah, this sucks. What the hell, you know, $20 piece of trash right here in my hand. The world goes on. All right, it has been a little bit since I've shown you any progress in the app, and I want to show you, honestly, the new project detail screen, and I'm quite happy with how it came out. Maybe I went a little too gung-ho. It's probably a little too much for an MVP, but I think it turned out pretty sick, and I want to dive into that. So at any point in time, whether on this project due soon or on the other projects tab, you can click one of the cards, get the expanded view, and click into the information or details section. So on details, right now I have a lot of like just default images loading. Ignore this error you see down here. One, in the real world, that error wouldn't show up. And then two, that's only because I'm actually throwing one of the errors when I'm hitting the Superbase backend for storage. But what this is doing is creating a cluster of icons up here for you to do different types of interactions with. I think a huge feature that has been requested is this shop feature, because people want to make their projects, allocate the ingredients or inventory that you need, and then they want their shopping list, right? So I think this is going to be a sick screen, but something I'm going to deliver after the MVP. Down here we have our progress section. So this is just tracking the steps that you've completed. And what is nice is when you scroll down to the bottom, the steps you've completed have been scratched out. In addition to that, as I mentioned in a previous video, the more and more steps you complete based off of percentage, the bar will change colors. I think it's like red, like orange or green or something like that. Now, the blueprint section, so that is what I was talking about in previous videos, is your ingredients, your methods. Think of this like a recipe, right? So at this point in time, every ingredient or piece of inventory can get categorized under their own little keywords. So if you're like, I'm making a chair, here's the ingredients or the supplies for the chair bottom, here's the chair back. you can kind of categorize your stuff. The actual ability to put them in categories will happen in the future, but the display of them is already already sussed out. So I think that's great. You can add an image for each piece of your inventory, which I didn't think that was going to be such a highly requested feature, but was one of the most highly requested when it came to pieces of inventory and tracking it. And I suppose that makes sense if you deal with like a lot of custom pieces. It's super helpful to just take pictures of them. Like I'm thinking about like live edge pieces of material. It's really helpful if you have pictures of every live piece because each one's going to be different. So within each thing, if you don't have an image, it will load just a default asset. I still actually need to pay for somebody to make those assets. So if you are a digital designer and you're like, hey, I want to make some assets, they're nothing complex. I want simple, just very beautiful default images, placeholders, if you will. Drop a comment down below. Let me know. I would love to hire you and just give you the job rather than having to go search somewhere else. So show me a portfolio, show me what you got, make some money, and yeah, let's get these assets made, and it'll be pretty cool. You'll see yourself here on the YouTube channel, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So for each category, whether it be like wood, adhesives, hardware, you name it, I will have a default image for all of the categories, and that's what we'll take as placeholders right here. For now, I'm just using the Benchbox logo. Same thing up here. This is where your project icon can go. But yeah, you're scrolling down and you get into your methods. Eventually you'll be able to click this start button. It doesn't do anything right now, but this is going to take you into a full screen modal stepper type design that allows you to see each step on a full screen. If you allocate information to a specific step, future work, it'll show you the ingredients you need just for that step. I think it's gonna be super great. I'm one of those people that I like to put a lot of details into this. If I were using this app, I would want to be able to view all of my information on a full screen without worrying about anything else, just that single step. I think this is pretty sick. Eventually here, I'll allow you to add pictures to the steps. We're gonna have the journal section, coming soon. There is no journal section yet, but the blueprint is coming out nicely so far. I think this is like done for me. So I need to suss into the edit screen. Eventually you'll be able to click the ellipses up here and get like an archive or maybe a delete or something like that. But now we need to start diving into the actual stepper flow to create a project, because everything here has been generated and hand jammed into the database. Now is the time to start creating projects, because quite frankly, we're on a freaking time crunch. I want to release the MVP by the end of this month. It is July 11th right now. There's a ton of work to do. But yeah, we're on a time crunch and I'm getting a little stressed. So I'm trying to take my own advice of just staying super organized, making sure the MVP is exactly what it should be, nothing more, nothing less, and making progress. I know some of you are out there and you're like me, a husband, a father, working 9 to 5, trying to build something on the side. And I hope these videos just kind of show you that it is possible. You have to not sacrifice your life, but you have to be very intentional with how you spend your time. And I think that is a critical piece to this whole gamut of the things that we do. And maybe in a future video, we'll talk more about that, just because I think I have a lot of really interesting things to say when it comes time to how the hell to manage your schedule. So if that is something that you struggle with or you want more information on, drop a comment down below, say, hey, time management, let's go, let's talk about it, because I think we all struggle with this, and I think you can do it well, and I think you can fake it for a lot of things, but if you fake it for too long, you just burn yourself out. So think of this more as like you're a sustainable developer. That's what I try to aspire to be, is, I want to grind, I want to work hard, I want to build cool stuff, but I don't want to die in the process. And I think a lot of people could relate to that. So, and speaking of relatable people, just look at this. Let me see if I get a focus here. This is our dev club just popping off. That is me crying that I broke my adapter. But yeah, just absolutely popping off. There's lots of really amazing people in here. We have a jobs channel already going. Some people run their own developer agencies and they're always looking for people to work little gigs here and there. So I think that's super cool. A lot of amazing people already. Shout out to y'all. Y'all know who you are. I'm having a lot of fun already. Super excited to see. Look, dev club, just keep going. It won't stop. And it's a lot of fun. If that is something that is your jam, like I said, top link down in the description below, and come hang out with us. We're giving all this money back to kids in STEM. I don't pocket anything, and I think it's a really awesome way to have a real impact on the world. But enough of all this freaking rambling. We got dev to do. Part of my own advice. Get focused, get to work. So let's go. made awesome progress to that little stepper flow. I'm not ready to show it to you all yet, but one of the issues that I'm having with it that I think I need to rework. Right now, everything's in one big file, and quite frankly, I don't like that. I prefer each step to be its own component and then just rendered based off of the current step. So I need to split things out, I need to clean it up. And honestly, something I really recommend to you all, some of my good friends made the recommendation to me, is it's okay to start this mammoth file a little down and dirty. It's even okay to put that in the baseline for a little while, but give yourself some time to go back and clean up these types of efforts, because having things organized and tidy is going to make your life so much easier going forward. But I'm actually curious on what y'all think here. So if we have, and let's see if I can get this to focus in here. So right now I kind of have things organized at this top level. I'm not sure if I should break this up more. So like, you know, projects, inventory, those are the big ticket items. And under projects, I have a little blueprint and I have a stepper. Under blueprint, I have things like the method and the inventory. Would you break this down differently? Would you not nest them under projects and maybe put blueprint at the root level? It is kind of one of those things I've been back and forth on. So if y'all could tell me what you would do for that scenario, I would love and really appreciate the expertise that you have. So I am still very, very new to the React world, quite frankly, and especially brand new to the React Native world. So organization in like a Java project where you're not doing this component-based layout, just fine. So I'd love to hear how you kind of make the determination on where you should be splitting a component or just having it, you know, once you split so low, quite honestly, it's just a little annoying to use. But yeah, drop a comment down below, hit me up, let me know. Would love to learn from y'all. I think I am going to spend the rest of this afternoon just trying to work through this stepper flow, because I need to make some huge progress. Gonna see if I can have a big code weekend. It doesn't happen too often. You know, us parents, us husbands, you know, we have other responsibilities that we need to keep a hold of. I think this weekend I'll be able to get a good code session in. So fingers crossed, pray for me. Hopefully things with my daughter go easy this weekend. It's always an adventure. And with that, I will see you all next week. Peace.